Hello everyone, welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. A bright, sunshiny day, a ridiculously hot day, and in fact an all singing and dancing day. And so you might hear that in my voice. But today, big news. Meghan has decided to trot along with the has-been to the Invictus Games in Canada. That's the news. Not seemingly because she cares so much about the veterans and wants to contribute and support them and all of that. Oh no, this is part of a new PR strategy. And we hear that the PR strategy has been cooked up in the very recent time this month, in fact, by Ashley Hansen, who was formerly head of communications at Archewell. She's now gone private, people suspect, because there might have been some, that thing that Meghan does so well in her high heels at Archewell. She set up her own firm, 3 Gate Strategies. It's a PR firm that Meghan seems to have invested in. All a bit dodge, in my opinion, raises some eyebrows, shall we say. Anyway, Ashley has taken over their PR and has advised that the Parkles need to focus on their brand as a couple, showcasing them as a couple, as a family, prioritizing joint appearances, projecting a united front to improve their image and turn the tide. And so this is why they are going to Invictus Games together, not because of support for the veterans, but because they need a new PR strategy. And this is what has been advised by Ashley Hansen to salvage what's left of both of their reputations. I called it, I saw it in the cards, I saw that no matter how much they might loathe each other and want to go their separate ways, they have nothing else. And they would be together at the Invictus Games, and lo and behold, it's now official, no sign of the kids, but Meghan and Harry will be there at the opening ceremony, where Katy Perry, their mate from Montecito, will be performing, also trying to resurrect her career on the back of the Invictus Games. I have no sympathy for the Invictus Games if they allow themselves to be used like this, blatantly used, in my opinion. Well, good luck to them if no one wants to buy tickets for their silly show. That's my personal opinion. I have the new chapter tarot on the tarot table today for this reading because it's a new PR strategy. The brand separation, the divorce didn't go so well, did it? Has been tried his luck in New York and then Southern Africa. Didn't make any headway in trying to resurrect his trashed reputation. The royals' doors are firmly closed to him. He's been knocking at them pathetically, pitifully, let me back in. They're having none of it. He had to settle his court case in the last few days because I think finally dawned on him that he was going to be bankrupt by the end of it if he didn't, and would also have to testify to his own drug use and things like that. Not such a great look. She, of course, has just been lurching from disaster to disaster on her own. No Limonada, no books, no Arrow, American Riviera Orchard, no cooking show, that dreadful display at the hospital gala, the fundraiser for the Children's Hospital in LA. Shocking display. The Tyler Perry thing she was at her own at. Didn't look good at any of those things, in my opinion. So back they are together, turning the tides. Well, we'll see. Celtic Cross, I've said enough. You can hear I'm quite strident about this. I'm quite indignant, in fact outraged, that they can use a charity like this so brazenly for their own PR. And let's see. Celtic Cross. And I do need to remind you, because I am very strident, that this is just tarot for fun and entertainment. It is all my opinion, all speculation. We just read energy here, energy of rumors and gossip and things like that. And there is, of course, a disclaimer in the box below. Please read it, please do your own research, please form your own opinions about what might be going on with the Parkles and this new PR strategy, which is basically pivoting back to old PR strategy. We are strong together as a brand. And my goodness, I wouldn't like to be Ashley Hansen right now. My opinion. 7 of discs in reverse, 7 of pentacles in reverse, our underlying energy, the 7 years of bad luck. 7-year itch. Was it worth it? All that time, they're telling us in this article that they are fed up with the constant criticism they receive when they are trying so hard. And trying so hard for 7 years to merge everything in sight and monetize everything they possibly can monetize. And where has it got them? Precisely nowhere. That's the 7 of discs in reverse. No money, no return on investment, no acclaim, nothing to show for themselves. And apart from contempt that everyone feels for them now, me personally as a tarot reader, I feel contempt from the pair of them when I read stories like this. And I'm in the energy that I am here. Let's remind you, it's just energy I'm reading. And yeah, I'm feeling it today. Situation the Parkles are in right now. Ace of Cups, new start. They need, that's why we have the new chapter tarot on the tarot table. They need a fresh start. They need to try and become popular again. How else but exploit one of Harry's charities? Because Meghan doesn't have any of her own, does she? And after all that time, 72 days working as a royal, working in air quotes, so need to fresh start, need to get popular again, need to go and schmooze, need to pretend that they love each other so much. And it was only a brand divorce, and they were never going around touting books on divorce to publishing houses and planning their separation. Oh no, not us, never, we love each other. You're going to see that claw out hand, you know how she says hand, and he automatically sticks his hand out for her to clutch. You're going to see plenty of that, Ace of Cups. Sick bags. What's the problem for them? The Devil. I do like to see this card when it shows up in this readings, in a normal reading for normal people. I cower when I see it, and oh no. But the Devil. And the Devil is not in the detail here, because details are not their strong point, that is for sure. But the Devil is the toxic relationship that they cannot let go of. Brand Sussex. Because they have nothing else. They're tied together. Perhaps they're tied together like Wallace and Edward/David, whatever his name was. And they were tied together. And we're going to look at that little Neil Sean story at some stage. We've looked at the Wallace thing previously on this channel, just by the way. Did look at it, did get confirmation of what Neil Sean was saying, just by the way, but we'll get there again. But the Devil, toxicity, chained together by your own, trying to think of a polite word, I can't. So let's call it what it is, depravity. Your own lies, addiction, anger, your own issues. You are chained together and cannot go and make your own way in life because of this toxic connection that you have with someone. So that is their problem. Of course, all my opinion today here at MadWorldTarot. So let us see what is at the root of this problem that they have. They went their separate ways. It was not a good idea. Why? What's happened? What's this, the real cause of this disaster? Failure, abject failure. The Six of Wands in reverse. Upright, the card of victory. The ticker parade. And look at me. Aren't I a winner? Aren't I sensational? Aren't I fantastic? It's in reverse. You disaster of a human being. You disaster tourist. There it is. Six of Wands in reverse. They failed. Whatever they tried failed. Polo failed. The cooking show failed. American Riviera failed. The book deal has failed. Everything they touch fails. So there it is. Six of Wands in reverse. What is Ashley's goal? Up here, Ashley Hansen, who is now on her own. Seven of Wands. This is a defensive kind of an action. They are talking, sorry, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat there. It's all the shouting after all the singing. And it was such happy singing. But anyway, Seven of Wands is not a confident card. It's a bit of a clap back energy. They're on their back, the back foot. They are. What a huge foot it is too. On the back foot as a brand, as a couple, under attack, under siege, basically, with that Seven of Wands. And so what do? They have to defend themselves. They have to try and push back a little bit. They have to stand their ground. How do you stand your ground? Well, clutching each other's hands is the only way to do it, really, because when they go out on their own, they're just absolute disasters. When they go out together, they're absolute disasters as well. But then I suppose they can at least blame each other when they get home and they read the comments in the Daily Mail and the New York Post, which are, and of course, let's not forget YouTube under the trailer for With Love, Megan. Someone should publish a book one day. Okay, what's been happening recently? The terrible disaster tourism and all the rest of it. Tell us about that. We've got the Queen of Discs. This was supposed to be the launch of With Love, Megan, because the Queen of Discs is the Earth Mother, the one who's very grounded and cooks and beautifully, and she's a perfect hostess, and she does all of those lovely things, freezes flowers in little ice cubes and all of that stuff that normal women just can't get around to. I'm being very sarcastic about Queens of Discs. They're wonderful women if you have any in your life, but she was trying her luck with that. And we all know how that went. It's not looking disastrous. It was supposed to be her big moment, her new launch. But the reason I can read it in a sort of negative way is because I have this card as the underlying energy. It turned into a flop. Immediately, she released the reel on Instagram and YouTube went, Netflix released the trailer on YouTube, and we all saw what we saw. That was the end of that. And then, of course, the disaster tourists finished that whole thing off completely. Be interesting to see if we ever see that cooking show now. Frantically doing reshoots, apparently. We shall see. We'll look at it again at some stage when I can stomach it. How's it going to go in Canada? Of course, hand in hand. I wonder if she's marching in front of marching bands again in her very short shorts and her very skinny legs. How's it going to go for brand Sussex in Canada? Two of Wands, well, they're going to be together, very much so, joined at the hip. There's the Two of Wands. It doesn't look bad. Perhaps she will be a bit more restrained than she was in Düsseldorf, and perhaps it will come across better. Perhaps Ashley will keep them in check. She does seem to have been given that role, that authority, according to this article that I read. Can't remember where I read it, sorry. But Two of Wands is a partnership, is a plan. This is what we're going to do, and we're going to do it, and we're going to stick to it. I should imagine that Ashley's going to sit them down every so often and say, remember, these are your lines. This is what you have to do. You have to iron your clothes. You can't march in front of the marching band. You can't ignore the veterans. You can't grab the microphone and make your own speech, and so on. You can't do that seal clapping, maniacal seal clapping that you do with very dilated pupils, because you're just so excited to be there, shall we say. And I might be getting a bit of a cold. Sniff, sniff, when I say that. Two of Wands. So it doesn't look like it's going to be a vast disaster. What a pity. But anyway, it looks like they're actually going to somehow manage to keep it together for long enough not to make it a complete debacle. Let's look at them individually now, repurposing this a bit. Harry, first of all, how's he feeling about this devil in his life? King of Discs in reverse. Can't stand it. He wants to be free. But he was on the freedom flight. He told us all of that. Sniff, sniff. King of Discs is him. King of Pentacles. It's in reverse. Earth sign man. Earth sign king. He's not a king. He's a wannabe king, which is why he's in the reverse. Invictus Games was his. It wasn't, because it was set up by the royal family for him to give him something to do after he disgraced himself so terribly in Las Vegas. Naked billiards. But... No, can't be his. It's hers as well. King of Discs is the boss, the big cheese, the Mr. Important, the one who brings the money and the power and that makes the decisions and all of that stuff, who sticks around, who's the boss for a very long time, the patron. in reverse, not doing his job, not bringing the money, not selling the tickets, not investing in the Invictus Games. We've been told that they're going to also have a fundraiser for the victims of the fires in LA. How kind of them. Haven't donated anything, some old clothes apparently, but they're going to have a fundraiser so you can give money through Archewell to the victims. What a clever idea that is. Anyway, so he's not feeling great. King of Discs, also husband. Husband in reverse, doesn't want to be husband. Doesn't want to share this, feels like it debases him in his role as patron of the Invictus Games. And he's not happy about this. How does she feel? Her clever idea, obviously, with her PR. Yeah, the Fool. Fresh start. She wants it. We've got the Ace of Cups at the heart of this reading. Then we get the Fool. Fresh start, new chapter, tarot on the tarot table. That is the new chapter. Let's forget all the things that have just happened, because people can just do that. Mysteriously, miraculously, you can close your eyes, make it all go away, open your eyes, and it's as if it never happened. That's the famous ability that narcissists have. That, oh, that never happened. What? You're talking about? I did that? No, I didn't. That's what they're famous for. And she is allegedly somewhere on that spectrum. I am not a psychologist or a psychiatrist or any other form of mental health person. I know nothing. That is me speculating. But she wants her fresh start. None of that happened. Forget all about that. That disaster thing that I did there, trampling over the wreckage of someone's life in the ashes. No, it wasn't me. I never did that. Hopes and fears for them. Oh, yes. The Magician, the classic PR card, has shown up. They want to reimagine themselves, reinvent themselves, spin like crazy. They're going to spin this Invictus Games thing. We're going to hear how caring and compassionate Megan is. She might kneel down by someone in a wheelchair instead of marching past someone in a wheelchair as she did in LA after she'd had her photo opportunity. The camera stopped rolling. She thought, marched past some poor person who was sitting there in his wheelchair and probably lost everything. Could she care? Not at all. But we're going to see everything. Well, they hope. We're going to only see them in a good light. And how's it going to go for brand Sussex? It looks like they're going to kind of get away with things at the Invictus Games. Although, according to things that I see and hear on YouTube, there might be a big surprise coming Megan's way. That might just derail all of this. But we'll talk about that some other time. How's it going to go? Brand Sussex, are they going to rise from the ashes? Seven of Swords, no, they're not. Interesting, because the card is in the reverse. What was I just saying about some big story coming along? Some sort of expose. I think brand Sussex might have their little moment in Canada in a few weeks' time. But after that, I think brand Sussex is in big trouble. The Seven of Swords is risk-taking, dodgy behavior, shady behavior, criminal behavior in some cases, and it's in reverse. Being found out, caught out, and being exposed, and having to admit to wrongdoing. Something's going to happen. It always happens to them. Something's going to come along. They think they're doing so well. They've turned the tide. People love them again. They realize that they're just such dear, sweet things. And then, boom, karma comes along and slaps them around the head. That's your reading. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.